be bringing through spirit messages. This is an impromptu live session, sort of. So, you have been seeing threes. Okay, if you have been seeing threes, you've been seeing threes, you've been seeing threes. And also, you have been asked to step into your power. Gotta light the candle. We're just going to make sure that all of your guides and the angels surround this reading and are welcome to speak through me for your highest and greatest good. Okay? And so, spirit messages on our walk today. First of all, the bunny. If you haven't watched the shorts, there's this energy of allow yourself to be nourished. And this is so interesting as rose quartz and orange calcite is here. So this is really about nourishing yourself through the energy of acceptance. All right, so allowing yourself to experience grace by accepting serenity. So this is also you surrendering control, allowing yourself to know that I'm hearing all things are possible through Christ who strengthens me. Okay. And so asking for divine strength to fill you up. And what I'm seeing is there's this, it's a bridge, and it's a bridge that is taking you from one height, a very high mountain, to another very high mountain, and we're kind of in it's a lush environment. I feel like we're in the rainforest type of energy. It's giving me Indiana Jones kind of vibes. All right. And the bridge that you have to walk over, it's like a wooden bridge, and it's only hung by rope. Okay, so that is super interesting that it's only hung by rope. And so it may, when you look at it, it looks like no, no. Okay, but Spirit is saying yes. That is the way. Okay, so this is you stepping into your fear. This is you stepping into your fear so that you can see your light, so that you can see how strong you are. So this is you facing things that you thought you couldn't do or you would never do. You know, and moving to a completely different state, you know, something like that, something big, especially because of this, the threes energy, something big is coming. Hello, and thank you for being here. And so there's something, somebody just joined, either you just got engaged or you're thinking about getting engaged, or you have a ring, or there's something vintage about this ring where you're going to find a vintage ring, which means that you're about to get proposed to. Okay, that just came through like fully. Okay, very beautiful, and congratulations. And so these threes energy, and so maybe too with this engagement stuff that just came in, maybe someone is going to have to trust that now is the time. Okay, now is the time. And I'm just seeing like threes going across the screen as if it's like a stock market, you know, and the numbers are just going across the screen. It's just like threes, threes, threes. So definitely you are a part of this big manifestation, and it's something that you love, and it's something that is self-defining for you, that you are about to be asked to walk into. And so as you step on this wooden bridge on this very high height, Spirit is saying, don't focus on looking down. Okay, I want you to focus on going forward. So Spirit is telling you, don't focus on what is scaring you. If this height of making a decision or walking into something that you fear, right, so that you can face it and you can walk through the illusion. Okay, don't focus on what you don't want. Don't focus on I'm gonna fall, something's gonna break, I'm gonna fall. Don't focus on that. Don't focus on, is this rope looks old, this rope looks old. Like, don't focus on that. Focus on walking forward. So what are you being asked to walk forward towards? Okay, so with me, do that. Look forward. What are you looking forward to? And this isn't anything like what you're worrying about. So like if your mind goes to, I'm worried about paying these bills, I'm worried about how am I going to get here. No, what are you supposed to be focused on? And it's not worry. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Some of you guys are supposed to be focused on detoxing, okay? Detoxing from social media, detoxing from friends or family, detoxing from different kinds of foods, detoxing just from the routine of what you've always done. So you walking across this bridge is something that you have never done before. This is a first time, right? And it's also something that you are about to do the first time for your family or in your family or in your friends or something like that as well, that you are about to do for the first time. So I'm definitely getting 144 energy because I just saw 144000, right? Very beautiful. Hi everybody. And so there's this, yeah, okay. So what just came to me that prompted me to be like, okay, we need to go live is I was looking at the soap and it said palm olive. And I was like, oh, here we go with the trees, with the palm trees again. That's going on. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. And so the palm tree is still here and it's 12:12 right now. So that might be a number for you. And but this time it is the olive and the palm tree. So I looked to see if there was an olive palm tree, and what I found is there's just like the olive tree and the palm tree. Now, when we were in meditation yesterday, there was an olive branch that came in our throat chakra. So you were about to receive some kind of offer, some kind of healing. So olive branch can mean a few different things. You could be receiving a package today that is going to lead to an unexpected healing, or there's also receiving a message as well, or you could be receiving something from a friend that helps you to mend, okay, some kind of emotional conflict within, and you receive that message. For some of you guys, it might come in through meditation where you receive like a message of forgiveness from like the higher self of someone who has harmed you or hurt you, abused you, right? And that is going to be the resolution. It's very beautiful. Also, the olive branch, it could represent fertility. It could also represent an anointing. Okay, so remember the energy of the olive mixed with the energy of the palm. So you get gaining victory over something because one, you're allowing yourself to receive grace. You're allowing yourself to receive the blessing. And so a part of the rabbit and watching the rabbit just receive the blessing of having an abundance of all of their needs being met. Like there's abundance of grass. All of the needs are being met and they just went over and just started eating. And so there's that energy of what are you being offered to, right? What are you being offered or what is going to be offered to you that's going to be in abundance, and will you allow that to nourish you? And so we are definitely talking about nourishing your soul. This is something that is going to bring you emotional fulfillment. So maybe it might be an offer of friendship as well, okay, or it might be a job offer that might be a little bit different, but it's going to completely open your heart because it's something you really love. There's also this energy of like disapproval from like family members or friends or something like that. And Spirit says, you focus forward. Okay. And so focusing forward also means you're focusing on alignment and you're also focusing on justice, staying in the center of that. If you were to see forward, you would see 111, and you are in the center with that one, and on one side is another one, and this is the other one, and you are walking, you're walking through that threshold divinely guided. Okay, so that's the representative of 111. So you might be seeing that number or will see that number after this. Yes, yes, and yes. Also, there's going to be this energy of being unbothered by other people's comments or unbothered by digs, things that people may have thrown at you and they would have been able to hook a cord into your solar plexus. There's an end to that, okay? Because you are walking in this incredible strength of, I believe in me. I know what I want, and I know I deserve to receive what I want. Whether that is this unbelievable energy of peace that allows you to go after what you want. And when I say go after, it's you taking the step. You're being led, but you have to actually move your foot. Okay, so in order for you to get across this bridge, you have to take a step and then take a step. And that's also important, as well as take one step and then take another. Take one step and then take another. And before you know it, you're halfway across the bridge. And when you get halfway across this bridge, there is going to be this a rainbow. So another gift or reward is going to come in. However you see that, it's going to be a divine blessing. All right. And it's going to be some kind of nourishment to your soul, so some kind of emotional wish fulfillment that's going to come in. And it could be this overwhelming feeling of just peace, right? Peace with where you are, being able to be grateful for where you are and what you have. You getting yourself out of the rat race and off of the timelines of people who are like trying to compete or challenge you in some way. Like this energy of challenger has been coming up, challenger, and it's like you're looking like, okay. And you just walk past the ring. You don't even get in the ring. You just walk past it because that is not in alignment with you, right? And so neither is competition. And this is when you really become like the king and queen of you, because you are no longer in the energy of comparing yourself to any other. And this is how this energy of this blessing of joy returns to you. Happiness returns to you because you are focused on flowing forward, right? And so this isn't efforting, this isn't having to push yourself. It's like once you've gotten on this bridge, on this new walkway, you're already there, and your integrity, your values are telling you there's no turning back. I will not turn back. I will continue forward because I'm going to not only break through this fear, but I'm going to continue until all of this fear of whatever it is that you are facing disappears. All right. And you're getting the help from Archangel Michael. The archangels, all of them, are helping you to continuously have this courage, this boldness, this fearlessness, this confidence, and this raise in self-esteem, and also this energy of knowing your worth. Like, you deserve happiness. And if that means that you have to make some changes, then so be it, right? And so some of these changes, again, might be moving, going to a different job, doing a detoxing regimen, trying kickboxing, exercising a different way, finally getting that kayak and planning those trips, like whatever it is for you, right? Yeah, very beautiful. And so, okay, so the Tree Collective is super strong. And it's just, you know what it is? It's because this ancient wisdom is activating within you. Okay? It's activating within us all. And this means being rooted in the earth, being so rooted in the earth and at one with your ancestors. So this is like massive karmic clearing for your ancestral lines and for the ancestral lines that you serve. Because some of you guys have cleared karma for those you serve. That's part of your purpose, right? For some of you guys, you are curse breakers, and you were put into timelines with other people to help them break curses within their bloodline, right? Or you actually breaking those curses. And a lot of these are just curses of thought, right? Very beautiful. And so we drew this. There she is. Hi. There's leaves. And we're going to color her in. And I feel like she's Ethiopian, to be honest. I feel like she's a tree in Ethiopia somewhere, and there's this sweet wisdom, and this wisdom is not only coming from the female, which is completely powerful, but I also feel the wisdom of the divine masculine, and it's beautiful because I feel like we have kind of. Oh, thank you so much. I love your energy too. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yay. I know. Remember, the light you see in me is the light that is within you, right? I love it. Going on this journey together, right? Rising and ascending together. We love that. And so the masculine, because we've had this kind of, just work yourself to the bones energy, and we've been in the lower masculine for a really long time, that now that the divine masculine is awakening and rising up within us and within others, sometimes we, as a divine feminine, we may not honor, okay, the masculine intelligence. And so I feel that this energy that is awakening within us is honoring the wisdom and intelligence in both the female and the masculine, because we are coming into the Trinity energy, which is that 111, that Trinity energy, right? Love it, where we all becoming one and just walking in that energy. As I see a trident that just came over me, very beautiful. It rose out of the heart and like is being handed to you. So you're also being handed like the key that you need to always walk in your divinity and your integrity and your sovereignty and your strength. And now I see we go through that rainbow, and you have completely transformed into this like, I don't even know. It's a magnificent being that is all in all this gold, and it's your skin is being shown, and you're androgynous, right? Like you don't look male, you don't look female, and at certain looks you look female, certain looks you look male, and you're all this gold, and you have this beautiful crown, you have this trident, and you also have like a dragon's tail that I feel. I think Shiva's here really strongly. I'm just gonna say that, okay? And so, and now you're walking on that bridge, and you almost feel like when someone looks, it's like that deity or that entity looks too heavy for that bridge, right? And it's not that at all. It's just that you have called back all of your power, all of your strength, and you also have called back and activated very ancient gifts of wisdom and understanding, of compassion and love, of healing within you. And you now are walking forward in that energy, okay? In that energy. So this is definitely initiation. It's a gateway that you're walking through, okay? And so it's definitely a 7. I was going to say even 13 chakra upgrade. Okay. So for those of you who, yeah, so it's very beautiful. New colors are going to start coming into your etheric field as well. And so there's something here with VIP and royal honey. And there's also something with Arabic, okay, that's coming in really strongly, and Islamic culture. So that also, again, Archangel Sandalphon coming through with the rusted ray to really ground you and connect you in through that earth star chakra into the heart of Gaia. So that way the reclaiming of your gifts can be with ease. And I just heard sorrow no more, and this is coming from Osiris. All right, so this is also this energy of, again, you're reclaiming your power from all lifetimes, okay? So everyone is coming to bat for you. Everyone is like showing their face to you. So even after you watching this, you are going to be seeing evidence. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. You're going to be seeing evidence of who is on your divine team, but also evidence of who is in your ancient family, okay? Star beings and earth beings is what I'm seeing. Beautiful. Yeah. And you're glowing as well. You're glowing. So Oshun is here too. Thank you for that. Ooh, I just felt you and Maya come in. Okay. Or you might know her as Jimmy, but okay, we already know me and you with pronunciation stuff. Okay, it goes deeper than that. So the next thing that I came upon on my journey this morning was a white rose grounded in. And so if you could just picture yourself standing on the most luscious grass, okay, and then I want you to peer inside of that white rose and go into that rose. Become the rose. Become that white rose. And this represents this purity. Also, what's coming through is the white fire phoenix, where you are completely protected from any harm, from any negative energy, right? Because again, remember that after you go through this threshold and you go through the chakra upgrade, you are no longer walking as meek and mild. You're walking as strong and bold, okay? But strong and bold in the most sweetest, humblest, compassionate love, right, that you could ever be. So this is also you embodying, people say, sweet Jesus, peace. Like when you are, I was going to say, when you have the honor of being in the presence of Yeshua, the the calmness that comes over you is, it's otherworldly. It's like you don't even feel like you're in time. You feel like you've been taken to a place where everything falls away. Everything falls away. It really feels like you're in the womb, because you feel like completely safe. You feel like nothing can harm you, nothing bothers you. But it's not even that. You just feel this overwhelming like sense of, I am love. I am love. And in that energy, you allow source to come in, him herself, and activate parts of your blueprint that is waiting to be activated at this time. Okay, so that's also the power of the white rose. So if some of you guys are really feeling or resonating with that, or if you're working with Archangel Michael at this time, just you allowing yourself to become one with the white rose and intending on receiving the ancient wisdom, okay, and healing from the white rose, especially putting that energy into your water. You can picture it into your hand and just hold your water. Yes, right. We love the glowing energy, and just hold it right there. And it's 3-3 right now with the 33. I love that. Yes. And just hold your water and just imbue it with the energy of the white rose. I mean, you can even get white roses and just put your water, look, be kind, put your roses around your water, imbue it like that. Not necessarily ingesting the rose water, because I know that that might cause other issues, but you can imbue it and intend and just see psychically that energy going into your water. And then also putting threes, all 4 threes in your water, either writing it on a piece of paper and then putting your water over it, or just imbuing it with the energy of the threes and amplifying it with your Reiki, okay? And then drinking that. That's a 7-day activation for those of you who feel like I'm talking directly to you, okay? Who feel like I have been inducted into the Sisterhood of the Rose and I'm ready to walk that path, right? That's for some of you guys. And for some of you guys, if you don't feel like that's like for you, but you just feel kind of called to do something like that, you don't have to do it with the white rose. You can choose whatever flower or tree essence that is really calling you. Like, for instance, the birch tree. You can take branches of the tree and you can do the same thing like you would do with the flower and just put it around the water, all right? And then say whatever is coming to you to bless that water with the energy of birch. And also the energy of birch, silver lining, and wealth, okay, is coming through with that. And also ancient wisdom. I'm also getting the yew tree, which is really known in the UK, in England, and it, spiritual protection. Okay, so also again with the white energy, not only is it spiritual protection, but it's this incredible energy of purification. All right, remember we talked that you were going through this magnificent rebirth at this time. It's the energy of becoming complete love. Hands down. You've earned this. You deserve this. You deserve to walk in peace. And you also deserve, the willow tree is coming up next. You deserve to hand all of your sorrow, all of your sadness, all of your pain over, to, I'm seeing like angels of the white rose coming in right now. And it's a feminine body, right? Sisterhood of the blue rose as well. So there might be the Magdalene Collective, which you might know that as the Sophia Collective, right? So people who have hid their talents and abilities of healing, especially healing with herbs, healing with flowers, healing with trees, all right, are going to start showing themselves. So I might be talking to you, right? You might be starting to show yourself and sharing your wisdom of the trees, sharing your wisdom of the flowers, sharing your wisdom of the herbs, all right, to heal, because the witch wound on a collective level is, I'm seeing, has been healed, and so all will be revealed, right? Like it's safe for you to, especially, and also smells, aromatherapy, right? It, like potions and things like this, and remedies, all of this is going to start coming back out, especially to the feminine portion of the throat chakra has been healed. And some of you guys are going to be going through a massive release of expressing your truth, whether it be on paper or I'm seeing a microphone, I'm seeing a video. All right, you guys are going to be doing that, and you are going to be igniting this beautiful release of what was held back from all the way from the days of Joan of Arc. You are going to be speaking those truths. Some of you guys are going to really get heavy into your automatic writing and channeling the truth. Some of you guys either are or will be writing hidden books of like the Bible, hidden books of esoteric knowledge that was burned because people didn't want that to get out. You guys are going to be now recording this, and whether you do it under your actual given name or you do it under something else, you're going to take the step. Okay. And so the willow tree, that represents the willingness of giving the sorrow and the pain. I remember there was a comment from someone, and it was the spirit baby, angel babies healing that we did, and healing of miscarriages, stillbirths, and abortions. And community member, I said that even the meditation was beautiful, the healing was beautiful, but she could still feel that the pain, she's carrying the pain still. And so for anyone who is still carrying the pain with loss of a child, no matter how that loss came to be, what's coming through is working with the lady of the lake and actually getting in the lake. Like, and you bring your white roses with you too, or wear white. Okay, it's significant of the purity of the child that still exists, not only within you but in the consciousness of the child that would have came into this physical reality. Okay, and so this water healing is, it's a blessing, and all you do is you allow yourself to soften and say, I'm willing to forgive. I'm willing to let go. I'm willing to surrender all the pain, all the suffering, because quite frankly, I hear is this is coming from Hilarion as well. Okay. Thank you. Divine healer, right? Thank you. And he says that it's because you were holding the pain for more than just you. And so this might have been something that was in your bloodline, where there might have been a lot of miscarriages and a lot of stillbirths. There might have been even a lot of like women having lots of babies and their babies being taken away from them, like a baby mill. I'm sorry. because that just really hit me really hard. So it might have been something like that. And so so the pain you're carrying isn't just from your loss in this lifetime. Okay. And that's an offer. And if you can't get to the lake, you can certainly do it in your own bath. Or I do see someone doing it in like a pool. Okay. And so you can just bless the water of the pool. And of course, because you're doing this, no one else is in the water, right? So follow your intuition on that. Okay, so the next thing is there was this tree, I don't know what it's called, but it has all these like little, it looks like apricots actually, but they're like really bright orange. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't. You see that? So it's just reminding me of the fruit that was growing, and us talking about the trees that produce fruit, and this energy of knowing that all your needs will be met. All your needs will be met. And Yeshua wants me to remind you of the All Is Well journal activity. If you are still suffering from anxiety or worry over your needs not being met, or if there is a bill that you have that is due right now, write All Is Well on a piece of paper. All is well. And keep writing it. Keep writing it. Keep writing it. Keep writing it. Keep writing it until all the way until your wish is fulfilled. Okay, keep writing it. And okay, they want me to share. So, and this is even before I was just kind of starting on a conscious journey, right? And I had an apartment, and I had to pay the electric. And what ended up happening is the bill that I had from a house that I had, it got put on to the apartment. And of course I couldn't pay the whole thing. It was like thousands of dollars. And I came home one day, and I was always fearing this, always fearing coming home and having a cutoff notice, right? And so I kept manifesting this, like where I would have bills due and not have the money, because I was fearing that. And so what you focus on, and manifest. And so this is also, again, Yeshua reminding us, don't look down. Don't focus on what you fear. You have the strength within you to focus on what you want to feel. How do you want to feel? Relief. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. And so I got the notice, and I was like, OMG. And I had so much pride, right, that I didn't want to ask anyone for help. I wanted to just kind of have this resolved, go under the radar kind of energy. So this is a little bit of shame and guilt that I was holding on to as well. But this was also a period of me trusting my angels, trusting faith, trusting that the invisible, the unseen had my back. And I asked my intuition, like, should I ask this person there? No, go down to the place where you get the help, right? Social services. And so in the past, I never got help before because I always made too much money. I was like one of those ones, you know? And so I went down, and they just told me to start writing. And I say they, but it was Archangel Michael. I was like student of Archangel Michael, very, very much so. So I was just writing in my notebook, all is well. I just kept writing, writing, writing. And they called my name. I went up there, I had all the stuff. And the lady said, we're not going to be able to help you. And my heart just like dropped. I was like, and she was like, but if you go down to this other office, which was like a second floor down, they will be able to help you. And I was like, okay. So me still trusting, I went over to this office, and they're about to like close for lunch, and they said, just wait around, we'll open, we'll take you first. And so all the way during the lunch, I wrote all is well, all is well. I kept writing it down, all is well. And I was just like, because I didn't know like what was going to happen, you know. And so I went into the guy, and it was nice because there wasn't a lot of people there, which is like odd it was just odd, but there really wasn't. And I went right into him, and he said something like, okay, how about you just pay $76? And it was like it was like $8,000. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, and you just pay. And I didn't even have to pay it then. Like, it was just like, on this date you pay this. And I was like, thank you. You know, I was so happy. And so that's just one example of how trusting my heart, and then also trusting my ability to use the art of word, okay, and the amplification of word, along with trusting my angels, okay, to help me get out of binds. So if any of you guys are going through something like that, then it could be for anything. It could be for something as immediate as that, or it could be for something like paying for your kids' college, right? All is well. All is well, with that intention that all is well, and just keep writing that, keep praying that, put it in your water, drink that, do artwork with it until you become one with the frequency of all is well, and then miracles will happen. And so that's also something, miracles, it's like God is always giving out miracles, is that energy. And it's when you tune into the frequency of miracles, then you see, and you're like, oh my God. And the world is just a miracle. Everything is just a miracle. And then you're open to receiving miracles, right? And so, those people who like, they act like they don't have something, and then they go to a stranger and they see if the stranger is going to like treat them with kindness and blah 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 blah, and then that stranger that's treating them with kindness is actually going through their own personal struggle, but you would never know it because they're being so kind to this other person. And at the end of like the video or whatever, then you see that they give that person money, they pay their rent, or they get them a job or something like that. And so something like that is about to happen. Either there's three scenarios that's coming through. Either you were going to be in position to receive that angel funding, that help, okay? Or you are going to be on the opposite. You will be the angel helping someone, right? And there's also something about crowdfunding that's been coming in a lot lately, so if you have a talent, go on the live, okay? Go on the live, play your music, sing your songs, rap your things, read your poetry, and people, they can start sending you, super chats and things like that, and keep it going. If the only thing you can pay right now is your internet, use it. Okay, that's coming from like mama energy, right? Yeah, because you are a creator, and do what lights your heart up, and you will be a magnet for miracles. You will be a magnet for those people to see you and to be like, you know what, I'm gonna bless you, I'm gonna bless you, I'm gonna bless you, I'm gonna bless you because I was blessed. And it's also that energy of like paying it forward. So that's why we said that you coming into this beautiful angelic phoenix dragon archangel energy that you are, okay, you are going to now start to be a bridge, a conduit for blessings to flow through you, abundance to flow through you, so that you can be a place of answer, a prayer that is answered for someone else, okay, no matter how big or small. Your smile can answer someone's prayer. Them hearing you sing that one song that was a thing that opened their heart up when they were at their lowest could be that thing that rises them up right now to where they're saying, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. It's the kindness of a stranger. You have no idea whose life that you can save just by sharing your heart. Okay? Yeah, that just like made me like boom, because I definitely have experienced those things. And it's a blessing when you're able to pay back that energy, and not like pay it back, but when you're in the energy of kindness and humility, and you can be an angel in someone else's life. Like, it's the ultimate energy of giving and receiving, because we are not meant to struggle. We are not meant to suffer in this life at all. So the next thing coming up is garage sale. So if you're being pulled to stop somewhere, okay, at a garage sale, stop, because there's going to be something. Maybe there's an old book, something that's out of print, and it's at that garage sale. Maybe it's that ring that we were talking about, that vintage ring, that perfect ring, something like that. Or maybe it's going to be something, I feel a loved one is, they want me to pull my left hand. A loved one is, yeah, guiding you to play. They're very playful in their life now. They may have loved rainbows. They may have loved to smoke weed. They may have loved to smoke weed, watch movies. They may have loved wearing flip flops. They may have loved roses. That might be in. They may have been a friend as well. Someone who's passed on, and they're leading you somewhere to something, to a hidden gem. Yeah. And it's something to help brighten your heart even more. And it's definitely like a harvest energy, because in my heart is a turkey, and and a transformation as well. And so turkey feathers have been, they've been like, the turkey's been like, look at my feathers, and then like giving me a feather, and we've been like writing with the turkey feather, and and energetically. And so there's something about what you write bringing you harvest, bringing you abundance, okay, bringing you thanksgiving. So this also might be a way of you writing gratitude, or being grateful for all that has been given to you. Oh, that's beautiful. That feels like a book, somebody. That feels like a book. That feels like a book that I would read and buy. Like, and I just got transported to the bookstore, and it was like why I'm grateful, and somebody's story is going to lead them to millions. It's just true. It's somebody's story. And so if you have seen a typewriter lately, and I feel like it's an icon, it might be a typewriter charm, or it might be a sticker. Okay, that's for you. That is for you. Absolutely, yes, 1000%. Write your story. Write your story. Write your story. And for anyone whose heart is opening from that, that's for you too. Write your story. Yeah. Okay, Lucky Strike. Gold. So there's a lot of ancestors love tobacco. Okay, I just need to tell you that for those of you guys who are like into that. And Lucky Strike. So what were we watching? We were watching a witchy movie, and there is this game called Nine Pins, which is bowling, but they used to call it Nine Pins, I guess, back in the day. And when an activation came in when we were watching it, and basically this is for my Reiki healers, or if you haven't gotten your Reiki certification yet, all right, it's time. Okay, because what you do basically is any chakra. So we can do it right now together, and just give me permission to access you energetically. Okay, so we're going to be clearing the throat chakra. And so right in your throat chakra, first of all, we are going to send back all evil eye. Okay, we're just going to get all distractions out the way. Archangel Michael is here. Get him out the way. Very beautiful. Going to hold that mirror up so people can see their own reflection. Okay, and so now we're going to go. Very good. You are protected. Michael says it's a go. So in the throat chakra, we're going to draw the Shokan Ray symbol, and you're going to either feel or you're going to see like a white sapphire blue like spiral, or you're going to see the Shokunrai symbol, and you're just going to let that activate right inside, and you're going to go into the thyroid gland, and you're going to just make that spiral bigger towards the width of your throat and the sides of your throat, and you're going to make it bigger towards the width from the bottom of your throat to the top of your throat. And then you're going to make it bigger to where it's the width of the front of your throat to the back of your throat. So completely filled. Yay. I love it. Yeah. And now what you're going to do is either the spiral or a Shokunri symbol, you are going to count to 9 forward. All right. And you're going to multiply that sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As far forward as you want to go. And you're going to roll that ball. Beautiful. So you should feel that. And you're going to repeat it. We'll do it with you. We're going to repeat it. Should we go? Michael says backwards. So spiral or the Shokin Ray symbol, count backwards. 1. And just see that lane light up. Boom. Ah, Cracker Jack. Let's get it. All right, and let's do it. We're going to go to the right. See your symbol, whatever that is for you. Count. Roll that ball. Boom. Ah, powerful. Just let it go. And then go to the left. See your symbol. Count to 9. Ah, feel that. And now we're going to go down or up. We're going to go down. See your symbol. Count to 9. Roll that ball. Ooh, let it go all the way down. You should feel yourself come into greater alignment. We're going to go to the top of that throat chakra, so the bottom of the third eye, right where the skull meets. Bring yourself back if you need to, and then see your symbol, and then go up. Count to 9. I'm going to go above my crown, and we are going to shoot that ball up. Yeah, I love it. Yay! Oh, I love that, because now I feel it's like boom. So lucky strike, okay? There's your lucky strike activation, and you can use that anytime you feel like somebody's hands is on your throat. Okay, usually it's because you're not saying what you need to say, or you might be judging someone, or you need to forgive someone, or you're afraid of speaking your truth, something like this. All right, whatever that is, and you can continue that. So you just did it once, and if you feel like, oh no, Jenese is coming back, so do it again. Do it again, and then call your higher self in and say, why is it coming back? Like, what can we do? What do we need to do? And your higher self might be like, you need to clear your third eye. And so you can use that same activation, that same clearing, lucky strike clearing, and and clear the third eye the same way. And you would just continue it. And you can actually do it up all of your chakras. It's a nice alignment exercise as well. Yeah, and it's a way also too for you guys to practice your psychic abilities of just clearing your energy psychically. It's a way for you to practice that, because you're not using any tools necessarily except for the symbols, and then activation. And for some of you guys, you don't have to be Reiki attuned to use that activation, because you are cosmically attuned, okay? And so you can just use the spiral, and it will do the same thing for you, all right? And if others of you are like, I didn't feel anything, I don't know what you're talking about, sign up for Reiki 1, okay? Yeah, beautiful. And, okay, pay attention to the signs, all right? Something is coming express, fast. Something's coming fast. And it might be a letter, because Spirit just like shoved a letter in my face, like in the mailbox. So either something coming in the mail, which definitely, because I kept seeing, like, I was driving my daughter to work, and I was like, it looks like there's a box. There was no box, but I could like see it there. So definitely something is coming in. Hi everyone. Something is definitely coming in the mail. So look for that. So whether it is a package, and that's also too with the olive branch that we said something was coming in the mail, or something's coming into the mailbox or your PO box, or it's a download that's going to be coming in. Yeah. And it's going to be a sign that, hold on, I need to see something, because it's something to do with coffee again, okay? And because it's a sign that there's something within, Oh, okay, yeah. It's a sign that there's a spiritual awakening. Okay. He brings heightened awareness, focus, and spiritual awakening. It also can dispel nightmares, uh, and remove internal blockages. Okay, so when you get this sign, this express sign, whatever this is, it's going to be a sign that something that has been keeping you up at night, or something that has been confusing you, or that internal, whatever that is, internal blockage or anything else, is being banished, 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 banished. Yeah, I just saw all the bats in the cave, and they all just said banished. Okay, so it was definitely something that you were having a hard time seeing, and there was a reason for it. So whatever that was is going to disappear from your life. All right, so it might have had something to do with fear. Mm-hmm. Just continue to say thank you. I'm grateful I can see my way. I am grateful I can see the way forward. Thank you. I'm grateful I'm walking forward. I'm moving forward. So there's this energy of focusing on moving forward, walking forward, not running. Okay, maybe doing some flips. Okay, but not running, just like walking forward, moving forward, walking forward, moving forward, day by day, step by step, walking forward, moving forward, day by day, step by step. I'm walking forward, moving forward. And before you know it, you have reached the end of that bridge, and you are now on this new mountain at this new height. And then you get to explore what that brings, whatever that is. All right. Keep yourself grounded. Okay, is what I just heard too. So music is super important. Yeah, and that's it. That's all, folks. Okay, positive change is coming. 555. Okay, and that's all, folks. I love it. Yeah, say definitely say thank you to your star being. Oh, I'm so happy that we are able to bring this for you today. And you feel exhausted, heavy and exhausted. Yeah. I know, and resilience. So it's that energy to going by the water. Even like if you go into nature and you do that activation, the clearing activation. So it's an activation and it's a clearing. So it's a clearing and it's an activation. All right, that's one and one. So you're going to feel better and you're going to feel upgraded as well. And like I said, do it as many times as you want to. And if you do it by in water, if you do it in nature, you're going to get an amplified effect. All right. And especially if you go to a high peak as well, ooh, do it there. You're going to get, it's going to be, especially if you do like 10 minutes of breath work first and then you do it. Yeah. Talk about connection. All right. You're going to really feel really good. And the thing is, feeling really good in your body. Mm. You just breathe in peace. Yeah. Just breathe in that peace and focus on peace. You're welcome. Yeah, because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And when you focus on peace, remember you're calling in the energy of divine masculine, all right, ultimate. And so it's not even just Yeshua's energy. You're calling on the divine masculine. So that is powerful. That is your protector coming to the table. This is like all of the protector angels, all the protector animal guides, all the protector star beings, ascendant masters, like all of the protectors. When you call in the divine masculine by calling in peace into you, that is the protection that you get. And nothing can penetrate that high light of peace, right? Nothing, no one, nothing, right? I mean, you can penetrate it with your own thoughts. And so that's that other thing of decluttering the mind, and remember, you can program your water with whatever it is you need. So if you feel like you need to be decluttered, put in there, I'm decluttered, you know, like decluttered, drink your water, you know, and keep drinking your water. Remember, everyone is going through massive transformation, massive rebirth at this time. So drinking lots of water is going to be needed. Staying hydrated, which means electrolytes, potassium, magnesium, sodium, is going to be needed. If you need to take a multivitamin, you got to do that. All right. If you're not sure, go get your blood work done. Okay. Um, yeah. And what I'm hearing is now is the time of nourishment. 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 When you feel that, allow yourself to receive that nourishment. Remember that the olive is also representing that anointing, that oil, that consciousness. So fill yourself up with consciousness. Fill yourself up with that energy of the olive oil. My lamps are full. Okay, I am awakened, I am activated, and I am aware. And just, mm-hmm. And just feel the energy of that fire within you, your inner fire. And just allow it to expand out and to transmute any negative energy. Right, so Archangel Sariel just came in to help put that, transmuting all negative energy into positive energy. So working with black tourmaline and citrine. Ooh, isn't that perfect? Mm-hmm. We're going to invite them into your field now. And that will be a beautiful ending, right? So we're just going to make sure that everyone, we're going to put you in pillars of light from the central sun of Alcyon Leon, the central sun of the Pleiades, so that everyone is in their own container of light. And we just ask that this also just go from the beginning to the end. Thank you. And we're just going to disconnect you from anything that is not for your highest and greatest good through unconditional love. And just breathe in, please. Somatic healing. So somatic stretches, yoga. I just heard somatic breath work. That I'm not sure if that's a thing, but I just heard it. So heart opening exercises, like yoga exercises, or just flapping your arms in and out. All right, dancing to stretch that chest, to open up that heart. There we are. OMG. Allow NASA to come in. NASA's coming in. Allow that rocket to shoot up. Bring your inner child in. To infinity and beyond. Rocket ship. Yes. Ooh. I love it. So awesome. Oh, okay. So, one last thing, and then I will end, because we could just sit here and probably channel for hours, but we're not going to do that. Imagine by Ariana Grande, and also NASA by Ariana Grande. There might be two opening songs. Remember, it's not necessarily the words she's saying; it's the frequency of the words and the frequency of her sound. Okay. I love you. Yes. Question. So I have a question. So if I see things from the sky but it isn't supposed to be seen. What could that mean? It's like I've seen a few things. What does it mean? So whenever you see something that you maybe you're not supposed to see, and maybe other people can't see it either, right? And this could be, it could be in the sky, or it could be like I saw something in front of my house and no one could see it. It wasn't actually there. So there's a few things that's coming through source. Okay. One is you could be seeing time remnants, okay, of something. And so it's not actually there. You're just seeing either a remnant of when it was there, or you are seeing the future of it being there, okay? That's one thing. The other part of this is if you actually see something and you feel like you're not supposed to see it, then it just means your psychic abilities, your clairvoyance is getting stronger, and you are releasing yourself more and more from the matrix to where, yeah, Neo is what Spirit is saying, Neo. And you're allowing yourself to see things that maybe other people have been spelled to not see. Do you get what I mean? So you've completely released that part of your programming that causes you to see the dream within the dream within the dream within the dream, which is just series of programs of matrix programming, okay, to keep people from knowing and tapping into their true power. So you have come out of that, or you're coming out of it, okay? Yeah, so watch the butterfly effect, I just heard. And there was something else. So the other thing with that as well is, depending on what it was, I feel like it might have been something government or something like that, because sometimes you can see like starships in the sky and things like this too. But I feel like maybe you saw something government E or whatever. And what were you doing at the time? How were you feeling? Did you just look up and you just saw it, or were you watching something? Were you listening to something? Were you reading something? Like, what exactly were you doing at that time? And also, what were you thinking about in your own present life before you saw that? Because that also might have something to do with it, because it could just be a sign for you of something, you know. There's also, can we say this? Okay. So, people who have had government like experimentation on them, especially coming up from like past lives, or if you were like a child and you're kind of like taken early, some of these memories might be coming back to you, or you might be like tapping into different parts of your Akashic record because you need to be healed, right? Or you need to forgive. These kinds of things. And so sometimes when you see these things, it's like your higher self is activating something in you so you can remember something that needs to come up to be healed for a gift to expand even more, because it's basically dissolving a block. So I hope that helped. I know that was kind of out there. You know, I'm not really doing personal readings or anything, but I hope that that helped you. Yep. And yeah, it definitely could have. So probably the first thing that I said is probably more of what it was, right? Because that, from what you just wrote, that kind of seems like it's in line with that. Yeah. To me, that's just alignment in your heart opening, right? The 222. Mm, on a full moon. What I'm getting right now too is you can tap back into that full moon. You can tap back into that instance of when that happened as well. And and come back at astral travel as your higher self, and you can journal automatic, right? For what else does that, what needs to be revealed to you? Is there anything else about that incident that you need to know or be aware of that is for your highest and greatest good? All right, always put that in there. You know, because as humans too, remember, we're fully divine or fully human, and so as humans we have to be able to let things go as well, and let things be as they are, you know, and then allow things to align with the 222, to align when they're supposed to, because that also means, because it was 222, it's only three twos, it means there's another one coming for it to come into that completion energy, right? And so sometimes that means letting go and just letting it come when it comes. You know, it's like connect the dots, la la la, and we sometimes don't. This happens to me a lot. Don't get all the pieces. Like I may get a piece here, a piece here, a piece here, and then like a month later, I get the piece, and it makes the puzzle, and then I completely understand it. And it's only because that's when I was ready to, because whatever work I needed to do in between, it took me that long to be ready to receive the piece, so that way I could fully understand the puzzle. Okay, like the big picture. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. That's really cool. It's so cool. All right, we're gonna end. Okay, my candle went out, and so that means it's time to go. I love you guys so very much. You're welcome. Namaste. May peace be with you and all around you at all times. At all times. Oh yeah. Thank you to my stranger. Okay. Yes. I love you guys. Bye.